This is a little how-to video for how to set up the rose prop for Beauty and the Beast. Please follow the directions carefully. Again, beginning of the show, the audience sees the first rose inside the glass dome. Now, Mike will take off the dome. You'll see that it's got a recessed base so that you can't accidentally knock it over because it has a raised base. Then, as the show progresses, you switch out the roses. It goes from the beautiful rose to a rose that's starting to die. And then, again, a third rose as it gets more dead. And as the rose dies, you can also put petals around the base to make it look like they fell off the rose. Okay, and then finally you get, most importantly, to the last rose. And this rose, again, there's a hole in the base that it goes into, but then there's also a plug. And you plug in the little red connector. It only goes one way into the base, and you'll see that. Now, most importantly, when you start the show, what you're going to do actually is, first of all, you're going to turn on the controller. This is the black controller here. On-off switch, it'll light up. It's battery powered. It's a remote that's good up to 200 feet from the stage, and you can pull up the antenna and if you need to, and then you can run the rose remote. So, turn on the controller first, turn on the base second. So Mike's going to turn over the base. He's going to turn the two switches. And the switches vary depending on which rose you have, but there should be two switches that turn on the power for the base. Now, when you're done, turn off the base first and then the controller. So beginning of the show, controller on first, base on. At the end, base off, controller off. And we'll show you this when we're done. Now, the controller, which Mike's going to grab, okay, there's an on-off switch on one side that's for the lights, and there should be a sign that says lights. So when Mike flips the switch on the controller, you see the lights and the base come on. And these lights are primarily for effect. We recommend that you use a pin spot on the rose itself because you do get glare in the dome. But the lights in the base are nice if you want to open the scene in the dark, and then it creates an interesting effect. So the switch, then you just do back and forth, turns the lights on and off. Again, Mike will turn the lights on again. Now, the other switch on this side, okay, says drop, and that's a switch that controls the electromagnet that you'll see here. Now, along with the pieces that you get two weighted petals. You only need one, but we don't like to take a chance, so we give you two. Now, Mike's going to take one of the petals, and inside the petal is actually a washer, a piece of metal. So then what you do is you push the switch, okay, and you should hear a click, all right, and then it sets the piece of metal to stick, okay, to stick on the petal. And then I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see this. When Mike flips the switch on the controller, hold on, I'm going to close up on the controller. You see the little arm there. Mike's going to flip that, and now watch what happens to the pedal. It falls. And that's basically it. Now, most important, when you're done, end of the show, you want to turn off the lights. Mike's going to turn off the lights. Now, the base gets turned off first. And then the controller gets turned off. And that's pretty much it. Now, we recommend that you just set up the rose on the magnet right before the scene. It is possible if you leave it on the magnet for a long time that a piece of metal can become magnetized, and then it's not going to drop. But basically, that's the way it works. We're going to send you another video that shows you how to change the batteries. We do recommend that you change all the batteries right before the show. Maybe the Friday, if you have a Friday and a Saturday, Sunday performance, change them on Friday. But as long as you turn them off at night, they should be fine. Thank you.